Hey there, Silver Tongue Devil here, and in this stream, I get to be the supervillain. Welcome to my supervillain lair. Steady of the door, it clips. So, this is Project Demigods, and this game has recently gone from the App Lab to the full store. This one's at $14.99 English and $19.99 UK. Now, this game is not designed for me. I'm not really somebody who likes a sandbox game. I like being told how to have fun and that there be rules that control the fun. This game doesn't have those rules. This game doesn't do things like that. So if you like your Blade and Sorcery and if you like your Bone Labs, you are going to like this. Again, as I say, I don't think these games are designed at me, but we'll have a play and see what I can do. Let's get that music off for starters. So, right. Let me just get the old chat back up again. There we go there. Hello, Buck. How we doing? Right, so, first things first. This is us. This is our avatar. There are lots of options that we can change in the avatar custom. Oh, it might do. Well, I can make someone my Ashley. Lots of avatar customization, only colours on the various textures at the moment and things that you can change about them, but you can change the item material. That's cool. It's something that we can have a play with again, but we don't need to worry about changing. We'll just be bald dude in suit with blue on it for now. So, what do we do in this game? Holding the top buttons, so that is either B or Y, on your hands basically gives you a selection of superpowers. So, at the moment, we have nothing on, but we can put a superpower onto a hand. So we could put webs on both things, and that's going to allow us to move around. For those of you who are like me, you will be happy to know that flipping... it's really hard being a supervillain, you know. Flipping can be, I suppose, a big part of this game. Now, I've said some things about this game previously, and I've gone into the settings and I've adjusted a few choice bits and pieces and added a few things. One of the things that I, having played it for a little while, didn't really realise that I could abuse to a level that is cool is the slow motion button, which then allows us to do silly things. I'll try and get some height here. Some very silly things. That wasn't quite as good as my flips will be later on. But lots and lots of stuff that we can mess around with. And you can, like with In Death Unchained, you can slow motion at the touch of a button and you can leave it on. And there's no penalties or any bits and pieces. This is a superhero simulator. We're here to get them before they can get us. And like in IDU, I always say that if you had a superpower, why wouldn't you use it all the time? So we'll have a look at some of the powers as we go. I'll talk about the game a lot. I'll tell you what I love. I'll tell you a few of the bits and pieces. So the only reason why I haven't put the freestyle flipping on is because my brain melts during smooth turn, and I believe the freestyle is very smooth turn to it, whereas if it's done for me, I don't seem to get sick, which is nice. Like, I have snap turn on, but I very rarely use it, and I do a lot of my turning in my play space. So, I'll just check one last thing before we go, and then we'll go. Yes, it is disabled. Good. This is all very good. Cool. Just make sure that's on charge. Right, so powers-wise, flamethrower, the ability to toss fireballs out there as well. All of your abilities will show you how to do them. We can also, if I remember rightly, use our flamethrowers to... Can we use them to fly? I think we can. It's the one thing that I do find is there are a lot of abilities. There we go. There are a lot of abilities within the game, but we can do a proper little pyro act, and we can use flamethrower to fly. What else have we got? Explosions. We have a fire dragon that's controllable as well. So we can just mash that into enemies. And then... So this is the one thing that gets me with this game, is that I feel like in VR there is a better way to do it than just pressing a button to switch. Like, some of the superpower sets have various... Oh, yeah, you can do the double jump as well. Some of, like, for instance, some of the abilities have various gestures associated with them. And so, like, being able to... Well, as I said, I'll get into that. But yeah, so we've got lots of nice little abilities and various bits and bobs, and then you almost change through, as Brett was saying, the subsets of an ability on one hand. But as I said, I feel like, you know, that should be flamethrower, and then another thing that's not being used should be the grips, could be the ones that propel you, and then something else for something else, and something else for something else. Like, they've got it so that you can double tap to create a fireball, chuck that out. Other abilities, we won't go into too much detail, I'll just play with them on the fly. We've got your Green Lantern side of things, where you can make various objects and manipulate various things within the game on a Green Lantern energy sort of thing. We've got various weapons around our body. Oh yeah, it's only on one, so we can have a sword. There are shields. Ah, that I haven't tried yet. Hey! That's more like my language. That's like Hellsweeper. Oh, that was a little bit... I was expecting huge. They're bigger than the combined one. Cool, though. I think we need a little bit more from that. So that's one of my small criticisms that I'll put so far, is some of the powers aren't quite as good on the visuals as they could be, and some of them feel a little bit less superpowery and more just like a bog standard power. But there are some cool ones in here. We do have flight and the ability to hover and then just fly around, and we can do our acrobatics whilst we're doing that. So barrel rolls and doing all that nonsense is definitely a thing. I've also got the ability as well to do some laser visions. And what else have we got? Earth projectiles. That one takes some reading to remember. That one... This one's one of the ones that's in some of the bits and pieces are a little bit underwhelming. But this is more like what I was talking about. Various combinations of trigger grip and various bits and bobs, so that all of the powers are on the one... even with that, though, you have to change between them before you get them. We'll mess around with that one last. My favourite has to be the fact that we can become a genuine IDU player, because that's what all of our collective left arms look like, isn't it? And then this is a superpower. Believe you me, we can travel and we can absolutely wreck the place with just one massive arm. I mean, we can bring the other one up to similar sizes as well. And then, as you can appreciate, this is absolutely hilarious. This is where I've been getting a lot of my fun. I don't like Gorilla Tag, but it's very funny in this. Anyway, I won't spoil it because we'll have a play around with that properly later. And what else do we have? The water one. The water one's not quite as... Yeah, I know about the... yeah, you're talking about... Well, you become like giant robot size, don't you? Like that. But then I wish you could grow your arms whilst within that as well. That would be cool. I know you can... you can't do the stretch whilst you're massive. But we do have stretchy arms as well within that power. So that one's probably one of the most intuitive ones and works really nicely. Can also use these stretchy arms to send ourselves and walk around the place if we so desire. And what else have we got? And then the lightning is one of the ones, I think this is the least impressive. I wish it was just a little bit, I don't know if it's the sound effect. Like, when I start firing lightning, I want it to be Emperor levels of lightning. I know that you've got various balls and you can gesture and fling, like, disc around. They're cool. Ooh, that's something I haven't tried doing. Those don't combine. If those combined and then you could do the Emperor lightning, that would be amazing. The other one that they have as well is you have these. Now, there was something that I wanted to try with this that I saw somebody messing around with earlier on. Part of the joy of this game, the one thing that I will say, is finding what you can do with the various powers and what combinations there are. Which is why I've played it reasonably extensively to get a good understanding of a lot of these powers. And let's see if we can get... Now, I saw somebody... Yeah, look at that. So you can grab hold of your own lightning ball and then use that. So normally, you're supposed to... Hang on a second. Come on now. Normally, you're supposed to use this to grab people, and then you can manipulate them and shoot lightning at them if you want to as well. But if you bring it close to yourself and put your hand on top of it, you can then basically use it to fly, which I thought was incredibly cool and really intuitive. And it's finding little things like that that, as I said, is part of the joy of the game. So... remember that this is a sandbox game, though, so a lot of the fun that we're going to be having, we've kind of got to create. That's the part where, yeah, we'll see how we go with that. Who doesn't like taking on ninjas? So this is kind of like our little danger room thing. The one thing that I don't find very good on this in comparison to other games is that the grip isn't quite as good as it could be, but the grip's good enough. Oh, we might need to have super strength on here. Excuse me. Oh no, I got him. The grip's a little bit flaky at times, and I assume that's because grip's hard to get right. Now, we can put the game in slow motion. And this is what got me, is I find that all of a sudden, when you put the game into slow motion, everything just seems to work a lot better. Now. And becomes a lot cooler. As well, I might add. Careful. There's lightning. Now, that doesn't get old either. He's having a great time. Look at that. See you later, pal. There is a lot of fun to be had with these superpowers and messing around. If you are into that, definitely. Right, let's see. No, we want that one on and that one on. Fortunately, there wasn't a way I found to rip people apart. They have the same problem. This must be a VR thing. When it comes to ripping people apart, when you grab models with two things, there seems to be this weird thing where they start doing that. And, I mean, yeah, kind of works. And then we can use this guy's two ninja friends to batter him. The whole point of this is, I suppose the other thing as well is, I'm used to games where... I'm used to games where you start off weak, but then you build up to the power fantasy. Or, well, I'm talking about IDU there. But in this game, you already begin with everything at your fingertips, everything at your disposal, nothing to unlock, and you just play. And if you're into that kind of game and you don't really have any reason to be here objective, then this is for you. So, I think we've done enough training. I think those ninjas have had enough for now. So that's what we're able to do here, and music kicks in. There are an exceptional amount of enemies, everything from zombies and drones and robots, monks, raptors, biomutants. The nano cyborgs are basically kind of versions of you. So a proper, like, superhero versus supervillainy kind of fights. And then you can change aspects about them as well. How many come, how many waves there are, whether they're invisible or not, and whether they physically and virtually come after you, which is also very cool. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to go somewhere else. This is what Brett was talking about, where you can change the different weapons for the different powers that you have. Like, for instance, we do have a weapon power here, and we can use this to have things like, wrong shoulder, the power of guns. If you want to do that within the game. Come on, there we go. Looks like a bit of a basic katana to me as opposed to a tech katana, but it is a cool enough weapon to use anyway, so lovely. And we've got various bits and pieces on this power as well. I'll try and set different things to every shoulder so we can play around with this. I was under the impression that you can teleport using the kunai as well. I haven't tried the spear yet either. And the fact that you can throw it properly, well, that's a good start, although my throwing is obviously dismal. Right, so I'd say we're just about ready. Yeah, I was reading up on that a little bit earlier. Now then, I think it's agreed that Millennium City is probably the best one. So these are all the levels. So this is like our base, this is our training, this is where we can mess around with our superpowers and set up scenarios and do various bits and pieces. You can then just go into these various levels. I'm really good at throwing things in slow motion as it happens, Von. You may have met your match if I have a slow motion button. But let's go to Millennium City and we'll have a look around, shall we? Now, this would be one of my only, or one of some criticisms, that's the whole danger room thing, is that it is some of the level design and some of the textures are a little bland. Now, I know, again, single developer and so on, but I've seen things come from the app lab to the store and have come out better than this. Thing is, I'm not a graphics guy, and this is completely serviceable, but I just feel like something like the Quest 3 can do a bit better. So, now the swinging mechanics, to make sure I've got them on. There we go. The swinging mechanics are quite cool. One of the complaints that I've seen is that people weren't able to get enough height as far as the webs are concerned, and you can change that within the settings. The swinging mechanics are actually pretty good as well. You can change it so that you can get a better, higher boost. One of the other things that I thought was quite cool. Can you do it? Can I do it straight away, or will it not let me do it on glass? I mean, as I said, I've played enough Windlands. I haven't put the strength of it up, and I seem to be able to soar reasonably well with the old. Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. If you've got an understanding of swing mechanics, this one's pretty good. I've played what I think is some of the best for swinging Windlands. Someone break your window! I've played things like Windlands or Windlands 2 and Dead Hook and Jupitergrad as well, and they're all very good for swinging. This one's just got a lot more options. We are able to just climb our way out there as well. I don't think that's as much a superpower. This is one of the problems that I have found, is there's no kind of like ledge vaulting. So that makes things a little bit difficult, but you can like push yourself up. Maybe if there was a little bit, I'm just used to getting to the edge of something and being able to vault over it, and the game kind of assists me a little bit. And hello, Mel, how we doing? So yeah, and as I said, you can do all of the above in slow motion, which can then make things even easier. Someone break your window. And you can slow motion as much as you like. What's got caught in there? There you go. Oh, not quite threading the eye of the needle. So we've also got flight as well, which basically means then that we can... Oops, wrong one. We can just fly around. You can also hover as well, and kind of do a more controlled flight as opposed to putting your arms out. I mean, you can still pretend, but I'm just doing the flying with the control stick here. And that's, you don't go quite as fast, but you have more stop-start control. And then, well, Spider-Man plus Superman. Yeah, at the moment, yeah, I'm one of those low-key villains of a kind. We've also got laser vision as well. I mean, who wouldn't want laser vision, right? There we go. So what else can we have a play with here? So there's a lot to be said for just flying around buildings and just messing about with the web sling side of things, various superpowers. I know what's been said about the whole swinging can be quite difficult in games. What it doesn't have is it doesn't have quite as much oomph when you pull on the webs. However, I'm quite happy with the default settings as far as webbing is concerned, and I don't feel the need to change them, although you could, so that when you pull, you get real lift on everything that you do. So, draw distance. Now, I do have the draw distance side of things set to maximum, and you can already see that we're getting a lot of pop-in on a level like this. Now, again, I know it's only a mobile headset, but still. Oh, that's something I can't remember if I've turned on or not. When I first turned this game on, I was a little bit, it's almost there, but it's not quite. And I found myself going, once I turned it on earlier on the other day, and I went through all of this and just made everything the way that I'd want it to be made. I did uninstall and reinstall it before I came on because I was trying to get the mods working, but I've failed at that so far. This is what I was talking about here, being able to change various bits and pieces or play around with attaching bad guys to each other with webbing later. That's cool. There's lots of, like, a lot of the things that you can change as well are nice, so that you don't have to palm to do flamethrower. It can come out of your fist and various bits and pieces, although I kind of like that palm side of things. And just lots of bits and bobs. The lightning has a lightning jump. You can make that higher or what have you. Some of the other ones do as well. We've got time control. I haven't had a massive play around with that because we've already got slow motion. This is where I wanted to be here. I mean, we want to be doing Spartan kicks, really, don't we? And we've got acrobatics on. You can put gliding on in the game if you want it. I haven't bothered because I don't play Population 1, so I'm not used to a gliding mechanic within a lot of games. Wall running, I do have it on. Why is it not working then? Maybe I haven't found a flat enough surface. Maybe it's that. Or maybe it just doesn't like glass. Ah, there we go. Oh. There we go. And now we're, with our excellent Spidey powers, we can now just walk on the side of buildings. This is the more advanced side of things. But this is cool to see. This is something that I would expect from a game like this. Oh. I wasn't supposed to be breaking those things. Honestly, I wasn't supposed to be breaking those things. Someone bust your sign. Right. Can we still wall run without Spidey powers? No, we can't. Oh, we can do superhero landings now. I've been trying to do superhero landings for ages. Or supervillain landings. Yes! We can kind of do them now. So, there's a lot of things for us to do. A lot of things for us to play with. We can hitch rides on various vehicles. If I can get up onto the back of it. Although this one might be stuck in some kind of traffic jam. Looks like it. And there are also pedestrians for us to play with. Now, as I was saying earlier, I'll lead with what I think has become my favourite. Now, as I said, I'm not a player of Gorilla Tag. However, there is something to be said for the movement. I think this is underdogs on me. I honestly do. Being able to... Now, if you put it in slow motion, you can get it a lot better and quite fast, even though we're in slow motion. And then you can kind of leap in slow motion with these huge hands and just carry on along. Some surfaces seem to be better than others for doing this. But like you know, hello there, policeman. This man looks like he needs helping across the road. Yups. Yoink. Here we go, citizen. Excellent. Now, it's these sort of bits of silliness that if you like, you are really going to enjoy this game. He was, I believe his arc was going to be that he was going to become a superhero, and we obviously don't allow that on this channel. Also, cars are a bit of a scorched earth policy thing as well. So, cars are another thing that we can chuck and they explode. A lot of the powers don't seem to blow things up. It's the actual throwing. Oh, I haven't tried pulling one of these out of the ground yet. But you can. That's good. That I like. Okay. Now, could I manage this with normal-sized hands? Oh, I can. Brilliant. Doesn't have the swing that we were hoping for. No detection on the pole. That's a little bit annoying. Let's see if we can put some strength behind it. Ah! This is another thing that I find as well. A lot of things seem to disappear whilst you're in the midst of playing with them. Let's put a little bit of music on. Hopefully I don't get copyright claimed. That'll do. I know, right? So there's all sorts of musical tastes on here as well. There's a lot of different tracks as well. There'll be something to suit every mood. There's a couple of problems with a few of the bits and pieces. No, I've never had a quiet approach. Can you just imagine, though, me come bounding down the street to save you? Everyone would love that. I've saved you. Look, Mrs. Vega. Off you go, mate. I'll catch you. I'll catch you. Oh! So yeah, you can have a lot of fun and a good old play with this. Alright, we were going to try this. Alright. I need a target before this disappears. Oh, it kind of does. Now, we can climb buildings with our massive hands as well. So nobody's safe either. But there's obviously better ways to traverse with our massive hands. But it's just, what a great superpower, just two massive hands. So the kids are going to love this one. The Gorilla Tag kids. Those squeakers are going to be in love. I can see why. Excuse me, Van. You were in my way. Oh, we're in. Nope, we're out. Sorry. I did find, whilst I was playing earlier, that if you grab hold of a van whilst it's travelling, you can kind of surf it because the guy doesn't stop driving. I think he might be panicked, possibly, with this tiny guy with gigantic arms. He's trying to travel away as quickly as possible, and I'll let him. I will let him. So yeah, I always talk about jank within this games. Jank within Dragon Fist VR Kung Fu, as I've talked about, is always charming and good jank. There's some that's a little bit bad in this, and it feels like it's a little bit rough around the edges. But this game is definitely, it is Valentine's Day. This is definitely one of those games where it is what you can make of it. Oh, can I? No, I can't do it with that one. Damn. Want to come on a web adventure? Oh, I've still got my big hand. I'm sure you do. That's it. There you go. Nope, that's not good either. Come back. I didn't mean it. Silver Kong, indeed. So, there are, as Brett was talking about, lots of different combinations of various bits and pieces. That you can do. What do you mean, none? Is it because I'm holding button down? No. yeah, that's working. One of my web shooters has stopped working. Again, the bugs that are within the game, because of how it is, can be quite easily overlooked because there is a lot within the game. Oh, right, it was on none, idiot. I have had a couple of times where various bits and pieces stop working. No, I got all the silk. All the silk. No, that was just me. Again, there's a lot of times within the game where the controls are not quite as intuitive as they could be, but you can work on that. And, you know, if you want a superhero fantasy... if you want a superhero fantasy, that's... This is what we have. And it's decent. As I said, I'm still getting to grips with bits and pieces. I've been doing all of my bits and bobs as far as running is concerned on my hands, which is cool. Yeah, I've put dive on. Whee! Uh-oh! I didn't grab my hands. Oh, it's okay. I've got super big hands. No wall running. Hang on, if I put a web power on, I can get wall running. Mm-hmm. There we go. No, okay. That's too much to ask. That's too much to ask. So, combinations of powers is very cool. There we go. But yeah, big arm mode is just ridiculous. I mean, that's who you want saving your village, isn't it, in your town? You want some massive armed freak with a normal sized body. It's coming at you. So this was one of the things that I did notice, is the draw distance side of things. Now again, I know single developer, but the game has left App Lab. I've got the draw distance on maximum. Yes, I know we're on standalone, but I just feel like there's something better that you can do. Yeah. No, that's all it is, Melissa. It's just simple fun. Dicking about and playing around. As I said, these games are not designed for me. They're not aimed at me. One of the things that we can do, just to spruce things up a little bit, is we can go into the enemies menu and we can put some enemies on. I don't know what enemies it will be. Oh, here's where we can pick. Let's have some... Everyone always does zombies. I don't want to fight those, they'll kick my ass. Might do that a bit later. Let's fight some robots. Robots are good. And then it automatically kicks in appropriate music for you as well. Now, these robots will hunt for us, so we don't even have to go looking for trouble. It'll come to us. One of the... Did I put it on? Yes, I did. One of the settings that I've got on is visor. I thought, there they are. So we can go towards them. That visor that you just saw is the equivalent of a vignette. You can have that so it comes on during particularly difficult times if you haven't got the VR legs for games. I've got mine on so that I can tap on the side of the headset in combination with objective markers. The other thing that I thought I'd done was turn life bars off. Hello, fellow robots. Oh, hang on. Just got to... no, they haven't got life bars, have they? Now, you got laser beams too. Come on, get webbed. I've got the ability to goo them up. We can also grab one, grab the other, and then attach them to each other, and they'll have a great time now. And now it's just a now it's just a 1v1. Now you have to forgive me, I've only got one massive arm, so you'll have to share. Oh, I've done the upside down thing. Come here, my pretty. Slaps are pretty good with these massive hands. I don't know of all the things why I've got obsessed with huge arms. He's just coming back down. Of all the things why I've got obsessed with huge arms on this game, I don't know. The other powers are great and everything, but there's just something about big arms and travelling in slow motion. Hello, Radius. No M14s in this game, but we do have massive arms now. I do wish. It doesn't seem to work as well as I'd like. I mean, it kind of works. I need a better target. You. Hey, you got lasers, eh? No match for my street lamp. That's better. See, this is what got me about the game, is things don't seem to work quite as well in normal time, but everything seems to work particularly well in slow... Well, everything seems to work much better in slow time. You seem to be able to... I'd like to think that it's a skill issue, but I don't know. I can do things in slow time and in fast time. Like, I can turn that off. Inconsistent. Inconsistent in normal time, but when you put things into slow, it all seems to work quite nicely. Oh, well, we haven't got the poll. The poll times are over. The poll times are over. Stop that van right there. That was awesome. And it kind of went with the music. Thank you, Vaughn. Let's just get away from these robots a second. Put myself up here. Put my arms back to normal size. Right. Battery check. So I was thinking about... Like, I think I've said before plenty of times, I don't play Minecraft. I'm not a fan of Minecraft. And I think it's as much to do with the fact that, you know, if I come on to games to be entertained, there's an element of wanting to be entertained and being lazy enough to not have to do it myself. So this game is not for me. But there are some things to be said. Is he burning now? I mean, I suppose flamethrowers probably isn't going to be that great. Can I actually pick up the corpses now? I can. I wasn't able to do that previously. So there are some very cool powers on here. And Brett, what were you saying about fusing? I missed that when you said it earlier. Is it the same? Hey. So that's cool, but it seems to work so much better. Yeah, I have played with the water tentacles. I didn't have as good an understanding Ah. Ah. So what do you do? I mean, it's never going to get boring skewering robots with a techno katana, is it? Oh, you still have my sword. That's right, kick him whilst he's down. Thank you. I don't... Oh, is it a charge? I've still got flame on this one, that's why. That's why. Oh, we've got to try. I don't think I put the hammer on. I can go and put it on, but I don't think... What spear? Spear lightning? Feel like I need to skewer one. Damn. What is that doing? They always disappear so fast! Robots, more of them. But then, as I said, I always go back to this. This just seems very cool. Oh, I should be able to do fingers. It does bring out the child in you, I'll give it that much. Missed. And everything's much easier in slow motion. He's not having a great time. Yeah. The thing is, if... No, it doesn't. No, they're not free. This one was on the App Lab, and it is now a paid-for game. And as I said, here's the only thing that I would say about this is it doesn't seem to have quite done enough to make the transition from App Lab to full game. There's definitely fun to be had here, though. Catch him? No. But as I said, some of the mechanics work. They all work really well in slow time. Like, throwing is particularly awesome in slow time. Bye-bye! And getting your walking thing. I mean, we could say, you know, ooh, skill issue. There you go, just run around with these robots. Slowly crush them as we're traversing the level. Everybody's happy. I'm just playing skip rope with this one now. Do you want your friend? Catch! Alright, what else can we have a play with? No, I haven't used time control yet. Let's have a look and see. Let's put the game in slow time a second. Have a zone. Super speed. Switchability, time stop beam. Doomed to go in reverse for all time. What else we got? Time stop. Hey, I'm time stopping you all. So there you go, there's your winter spite. The one thing that I will say is a lot of the powers... Oh, hang on. Right, okay. What else we got there? Time reversal. Yeah, what Von said. Let's see if we can... So if we time stop you... Hang on. Just wait your turn. Oh dear. Right, okay. Let's combine super strength. But yeah, this one's $14.99. Ah, they stop in place. I'm sure I was able to nudge one earlier. Right, so they become an object. Interesting. Let's see what else we got. Time reversal beam, double click trigger, time ver. See you later, pal. Time stop. Yeah. Cool. That one's good. This one, it was the Earth side of things that I could have a bit of problems. Wait there. Let me just have a look. Yeah, I mean, I can totally agree with why you'd want to do that. I found myself doing that a lot as far as the big arms is concerned. No worries, Melissa. See you later. Let's have a look here. Grip plus move hand upwards, fire and trigger. So we can do our kind of earthbender routine. What else we got on there? Grip and pull backwards. Ooh, they're quite powerful. Yeah, we on the right one? But yeah, I don't see why they couldn't make it so that you can do like all the different gestures. Hey, you weren't invited to the party. I didn't say anything about big robots. I said small robots. Well, you know what power we need now. With great hands comes great responsibility. Big robot's got nothing. Just the same as a little robot. He's having problems. I do love flipping and then just letting them go as well. This is our Cthulhu tentacle side of things. Oh, do we just need... Oh, we just need grip. Oh, he's gone. Perfect. Also got the ability to have a whirlpool to transport us about the place. Speed us up and slide us around. Ow. Lamppost. This is the one that I think needs a bit of work. The old lightning. Less Thor, more Palpatine-y. Tell you one that doesn't need work, though. Right, we should go and find... Let's go and find a different level. It's the one problem with that power. Is it follows you into the menus. Let's go. You can also adjust the amount of pedestrians and the amount of traffic as well. I think these reset every time, or you can turn it all off if you really want to. Let's have a look at a different level. Now, they're not all just like playgrounds. The space station has a little bit of an objective within it, and it's kind of it says that it is like roguelike or roguelite and progressive and random as you play it. That's the word that I was struggling for. You know, the one that's in all the games that I play usually. Procedurally generated levels. The layout will be different every time, and then we get to the moon area where we have to fight something. So yeah, there's bugs and clipping. See, like, for instance, this is what I'm kind of talking about with a full release, is procedurally generated levels. You shouldn't have these sort of texts warning a player in a full release that something might be a bit buggy. You shouldn't launch with that. I get that you want to give them as much to do, but you also want to make that initial amazing first impression is the only thing that I'd say. I don't find this level too bad, but the fact that the creator thinks that there might be things that might cause issues. Like, we've got to have an alien running around here. That would be great. Bring me an alien. So, at the moment, I am not going to be able to show off the modding scene side of things. No, wrong one. Here we go. Lasers on the left, flight on the right. I think. There we go. I'll make things nice and easy. Robots can't get us. Oh, the turrets. Turrets are going to struggle. And so the whole point is you can go through this however you want to. I'm going to try and get through it quickly. I don't even know if you have to kill the things in the rooms if you don't want to. But at least this option's here. Anyone want to come fly with me? I'll try. As I said, grabbing people I found quite difficult in normal mode. But it seems a lot easier to do once in slow motion. Like, the game can handle its own grab mechanics in slow motion a lot better than it can in normal motion. Which is fine, just means you play it in slow motion a lot. Which, I guess, is what a lot of people do. So, right, let's see if we can just progress through this. Yeah, we can. Cool. In that case then, super speed. That's not the right way. So you would go through the rooms and you would fight the guys. There is a little bit of an ending to this where you get like a bit of a what would you call it? A crescendo event, I guess. And you get to fight a little bit of a superhero. We could fight everything in these rooms. We're going to do plenty of other fighting. You can die as well, but you can turn that off if you so desire. Oh, zombies in this room, like. So this is just like random enemy sets within different rooms. Robots. And if we keep going... Oh! I said crescendo drink. Back this way. Is that the way we came? No, I think that was the way we came. Yeah, there we go. And we can get onto the moon, look! This is where I first found my love of having big arms. Just leaping across the moon. Oh, the texture seems to have changed on this one. Don't know if that looks better or worse, or if it's night or something. Don't know. Now, there should be someone out here, or maybe I've gone through the level fast enough that it hasn't had time to load up. That's entirely possible. Let's do a bit of flight a second. Nope, no. Where is he? Yeah, less of a moon, more of an asteroid. There he is! It comes to this on the moon at last, or an asteroid. You have... Ow! Ow! Silly villain. Or hero. No, no, no. No, 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 no. I'm going to need slow motion to pull this off. Can't throw you because you're already flying. How's about I just beat you with my massive arm? Ah, okay, so you can hit him enough and then he loses control. I've cast you into the abyss, Kenshiro. And now I'm coming with my big arms to come and finish you off. No, come here. Yeah, but if you can beat him into submission, he won't be able to do that. Oh, okay. Right, that's what that is then. Damn. I'm trying to swat him out of the air. Ha! No match for my big arms. Some superhero this guy is. I mean, fighting on the moon in slow motion, there's something cool about it. It just feels like you're in low gravity. And he's got all sorts of powers. This is the sort of thing that you fight if you go up against those... We'll try fighting against them later. Oh, you're so lucky. Oh dear, it looks like your powers have failed you. Yay, we won! Yes, yeah, the Nano Cyborg one was the one that I was playing against the other day, and it was, yeah, definitely doing its fair share of kicking my ass. So they're fast and deadly. And you can make them as easy or as challenging as you like as well. But yeah, this is where I found out about my love of big arms, just running along the surface of the moon in slow motion. There's a certain peace to be had doing this. When I was playing this previously, the skybox wasn't anywhere near as nice, and I don't know if these textures were better or worse. Can't quite tell. I think they look better here now. So it might have been because I put the draw distance up as well. So, yeah. So, that's the bit of asteroid / moon for you. Let's have a look at something else. Gladiator Arena. Yes. Now, there's some of the levels are just a little bit different. I don't want to fight with weaponry. We can do that in any game. I want to fight with superpowers. It's kind of got to be raptors, hasn't it? Oh, still got big arms. Get me in there, coach! I said, get me in there, weak. Got missiles. And laser beams. These weren't working last time I played with them. I'll have a look at training grounds next then. Did forget about this one almost. Massive drill beam. At least those missiles are homing, kinda. So the thing is here, there's a little bit of something for everybody. Let's see if we can web this guy up a second. You go up here. Come on, do it. There we go. See, that's how you deal with raptors. Spider-Man could take a lesson out of my book, although it doesn't last very long. That's unfortunate. Oh yeah, you have to have them really close. Excellent. Ooh. Found somewhere now. I've got to see if I can get in it. Awesome. I like that it isn't like a lot of devs would just like section that off and then you can't get in. That's why, but there you go. Thankfully, skyhooks. The flipping mechanic as well is something I do like that in games, and it's something that's not on by default. I think it's quite. I think it's a very cool element of the game. Now, what else have we got that we can have a play with? Didn't do a lot with the stone. I'm not a fan of the water abilities, and I don't think they look very good. And the lightning just seems a little bit pathetic. The other ones, though, the flame one's very good. The effect of that is cool. It looks good. Maybe a little bit underwhelming on the old power side of things. Let's see what these big fireballs do. Like, I expect that one to be a bigger explosion. Seems to be not doing an awful lot. Well, they don't like fire up them. But yeah, it's one of the things that I have found is everything seems to register much better in slow motion. So, there's a thing. Right, what were we saying? Training ground. Raptor defeated. There is, actually. Hang on. Let's go in. Oh, 2 now, is it? Thought it might actually be helpful to get down there then, but I don't think it's going to be. Well, I suppose it kind of is. There you go. Right way up. Lovely. Down. Down. There we go. It's not voice activated. It really isn't. What other? Let's cancel that one a second. Giant robots. Can we have multiple giant robots in this arena? There is. The Titan monster looks very Anakin-y as well. Let's see if we can have multiple of him. I mean, if Anakin had massive arms and boobs. I mean, there's only one power, though, really, isn't there? Yeah. I mean, what can you do, really? Yeah, pretty much. I really like it. It seems to be the one that you can kind of do the most with just having it going. Or maybe that's just me. I don't know. It's like, I think all of the powers need the super strength element so that you can like just pick up and have at all enemies. Did we beat you? Oh, you were easy. Too powerful. Too powerful. Oh, now we get to fight two of them. Knockout! Only I may have big arms. Now get out. Yeah, the Gorilla Tag arms. The Gorilla Tag arms are nice. The stretch K2. The stretch arms are okay. Again, they're a little bit of an underwhelming one as well. Oh, hang on a second. Did we throw him through that? It looked like we threw him through that, but it didn't shatter. Hey, look, K2. Just like in real life. My massive left arm. Oh, dear. Oh, sorry. But yeah, go in slow motion all the time. Upside down. Should just have one, really. Just my massive left arm from too much IDU. What a superpower, eh? Knockout! I don't quite know why that one's fallen to ruin, but it's still there. But again, these are those kind of like bit rough around the edges side of things. Like that one's fallen down. Like the rubble falling down is cool, but it's taken away from by the fact that it's still up. Or am I missing something? I think it's just the texture. It has definitely disappeared. Just being able to maul these guys with massive arms. Does not get old. Oh. Hang on. So as I said, connection-wise always seems to be a bit of a problem. But not so much in slow motion. Which I think is where a lot of people that I've seen playing it and don't think it's very good have kind of gone wrong. If you do everything in slow motion, you get those connections that you're after, and you can pull off those things that you want to do from the get-go. Again, as Brad said, there are some things that will be a little bit of a skill issue. But, I don't know, it just all seems to work so much better in slow motion. I haven't seen anybody abusing it. So what a better person to abuse slow motion than me? Anakin's not going to last very long in slow motion now, is he? Can I? Hang on. Like, that's what you want. Downing a massive monster with a single punch. Yeah, female version of... Don't care about the pillars now. The fact that I can do this. Yeah, you know those pillars that you've got? Why don't you try eating one? Ah, dear. And then, yeah, the flip mechanic is very cool. Works nicely. And the fact that you can gain momentum from your flips as long as you time it. So the physics work, especially in slow motion, but then without slow motion, they can be a little bit janky. Right. Back to normal hands. Let's go training grounds and have a look then, shall we? Bread's raving about it, and he knows his stuff on this game, so we should really have a look, shouldn't we? Right, so what are we saying? Welcome to the training grounds. This is a place to practice your movement, controls, powers, and combat. Panels like this are placed around the area and list powers and controls. To spawn enemies, use the enemy spawn controller behind you, or move into the one red marker to start a combat event. Okay, so it works like a normal level if you want it to, but it looks like it's got more. Okay, so this is like a proper playground. Strength power set strength. Whilst this power set is active, your strength is greatly increased. So this is where you can actually test. See, I haven't come here to this one. I just messed around in the cities, rescuing citizens from crossing the road with my huge left arm. So we haven't got any power set to that one. We can pick up 25 kilogram. We can just about manage 100 kilogram. 200 barely. 400 we can. Oh, we're moving. We're not actually moving. 401, 800k. We haven't got a problem. A chance of. But with our super strength on our right hand, 800 kilograms becomes light as a feather, and we can chuck it too. So this is one of the things that I think is that all the powers need to have in, like, you should have inherent super strength unless you've got superpowers off, because you want super strength on everything, I think. I mean, you know, you can always then turn these things off in the various menus, but that's just my thoughts. Like, you know, to be able to shoot lightning but still also grab things and chuck them about. And this is, and yes, I know you can combine the powers from one hand to another, but I don't know, I feel that there's a better way to do it. There's a better system for it than just this box and you open it up. Like, you can set all of your powers at the very beginning. Oh, yeah, sorry, I know there's some that have enhanced strength as well. Like the flamethrower one doesn't, and I know that one does, obviously. I don't know, I just find that in a superhero game, I don't know, I feel like you want enhanced strength on everything, on all the superpowers, and then if you don't want enhanced strength, maybe have the ability to turn that off. Oh, here's the kunai. These you can actually spawn. This is why I like big arms. See, my throwing's not so good, but in slow motion. Oh, timing's brilliant in slow motion. Easy. You know, I'm gonna. It's oh, have I lost it? No, there it is. That was something that I did like. There you go. So we can have pistols. They don't make these pistols. It makes a Glock look like a Derringer now. Brilliant. Yeah. Let's see. Weapon power set. Yeah, we know about those. Was it certain ones? It's those ones. But again, Punching them normally, I don't know, there seems to be something a little bit off with everything in normal time. But when you do it in slow time, it all just seems to come together and works really well. Right, let's see what's up there. Right? Ooh. Oh yeah, we are a web slinger now, aren't we? So we do have the ability to pick up rocks. Like, yeah, more of this as well. This is very cool, all of these things falling apart and all of these environments. But, like, I definitely think there could be more done with the flooring on a lot of levels. As I said, the swing mechanic is very cool. And works really nicely, actually. It's quite intuitive. But for those of you who want a little bit more zip, your ad here. For those of you who want a little bit more zip with your webs, as I said, you can change it so that a little pull. Ah. So the buildings are destructible, are they? Can I? No, I can't pick you up. Or maybe I can. Maybe I just haven't got big enough arms. Brilliant. Big arms solve all problems. So then if everything is destructible... Take your word on that. Oh, I wonder if we can punch out the bottoms. So again, see what I mean? Like, first time I'm hitting those, and it's working nice. Whereas when you don't have slow motion in it, it seems to take multiple punches. So if I just make a point of slow motioning all the time. So this is a game that I think is just better off played in slow motion. And that isn't a problem, because slow motion is cool. Why wouldn't you use it all the time if you had it? Thank you, Vaughn. Ah, okay. I see. It's just the other thing as well is the combat side of things. Just I suppose everything feels better in slow motion. Yeah. Are we going to have battlefield buildings here where I can completely remove the foundations but they don't fall? Oh, that's Minecraft as well, isn't it? Oh, that goes to the floor. No physics. Boo. But smashing through stuff is very cool. So, I suppose the thing that I would like to see... Oh, yeah, you said battery check, didn't you, Vaughn? Good egg. The thing that I would like to see within this game next would be... Like, I don't need a story mode, but... A lot of people on this channel do like a roguelike side of things. And I can see something like building your own superhero / villain as you go through multiple things in a roguelike site kind of setting. And I know a lot of people, like, you know, oh, there's loads of roguelikes all there. They're all the same. Every game's always a roguelike. There's something to be said for the fact that you've constantly got new situations evolving, different like power sets and various bits and pieces. Kind of like what Brad mentioned, Underdogs, earlier, and how, like, you know, if that game gave you absolutely everything unlocked from the very beginning, I don't think it would be as good, but you can combine a lot more. You can combine a lot more together and not necessarily get everything that you want to. And again, I know this is a sandbox game, Oops. Good job, I've got these big arms. Oops. Well, sometimes I just don't know my own strength. Damn. So I think this is why I like big arms, is because you can do everything with big arms. Or at least I find you can. You can move fast, you can grab things very easily and manipulate them, you can punch, you can fight very easily, and it just seems to have the best of all worlds. And because you can only select one, and obviously you can pick up and chuck stuff really nice as well, and because you can only have one power per hand at a time going, then you want as good a one as you can get. And I don't know, there's something about big arms and this is fucking hilarious. What is this supposed to be? I feel like a bit of a hamster with one of these about. Stretch punch whilst holding trigger. Punch fist forward. So this is a move set that we have within the arm side of things. I did want to learn how to do this because I got a glimpse of it earlier. The stretch side of things I know I can do, but I think I need to let go of the trigger to grab, maybe? Again, maybe. Easier in slow motion. Oh, yeah, it did work there. Right, okay. Let's learn. When holding trigger and grip buttons, stretch your punch it outwards. Yeah, I know that. Stretch, double tap, and hold the grip button to extend your hand. Grab the first grabbable item. Ah, yeah, there it is. Arm expansion, double tap, trigger. Being wide in stage 1, gorilla run. Yeah, gorilla. We're well experienced with gorilla run. Cool. Yeah, I thought. So how far can that go? Quite a ways away. So one of the things that is cool is, oops. Get off. Get off. Right. This is quite ineffective. So that's how you do your punches, and then double, as you said, double tap grip. But you can also punch into things as well to send yourself the other way. It's the next logical step of big arms, isn't it? So I'm not even a fan of Mr. Fantastic either. I'm sure he would have the big gorilla arms ability as well. But you can get quite some. There we go. Ah. Doesn't quite work as intended there. Or unless I put a different power. No, I have got stretch on. It's the... Oops. It's the one thing that I think is a little bit off as well, is your menus don't always come up where you want them to. Yes, we did. I did have a stretch Armstrong. The menus seem to come up. Oh, they obviously come up where you're pointing, but I wish there was some sort of level of stability so that they always come up the same way. One of the things that I did find that I thought was quite cool is you can just hold it and then press grip and trigger to quickly cycle around. But the problem with that is there's so many powers that to do that on the fly is quite difficult. So it's obviously easier to do that. But then sometimes when you hold it, where it sets, like the right hand seems to be fine, but the left hand has a tendency to kind of set it on an angle. Or is it based on your head? Ah, that's why. Okay. the one that I didn't get working previously. Let's have a try. Oh, that's the tentacle one, right? And we've got the water dragon. Ah, see, the water dragon is the same as the fire dragon. That wasn't working previously. And I assume we can just use that to... Ah! Go, water dragon. Kill, kill. It's made of water. I mean, I feel like I've knocked out enough of this building's foundations for it to collapse. But go and do your thing, dragon. Because other things have collapsed in the game. Yeah, I mean, it is missing most of 3 sides there. Very cool. What geyser? Geyser? Was this a... Oh, this will be... Ah, okay, yeah, I got this one working last time. This is the same as... Oh, yeah. I did like... Because I was watching somebody playing it on YouTube earlier. And... Hello, Momenty. I did like the factor of being able to put your hand... I thought that was really clever. Being able to grab your lightning ball and then... It's tricky to do. Hang on, is it easier to do it with the other hand? Try that one. So, how do we manipulate that? It's difficult to do because you can't... Ooh, hang on. Maybe we can't grab hold of it because we're not strong. I need to be able to grab. Yeah. I was just thinking of that. So, but that's cool. Like, you know, you can use that to grab and manipulate objects, but you can also put your hand on it and then kind of get a little bit of flight. There's, yeah, definitely some mastery to be had there. Does it go based on which way you head? But you can't grab this. But as Bread's saying, yeah, there is. It's the, as I said, it's the, like that lightning. It's all right, but I don't know. It's either the sound effect needs to change, or the animation, or maybe the impact. There's something a bit pathetic about that, and I really like lightning in games. Played some great ones, like the lightning in... God, it's been a while. The other Upside Down game. Punch this palm tree. Whilst I try and remember. Yeah, see, slow motion, I can punch it every time first time. Whereas without slow motion, it kind of just pushes you back. Oh. Okay. But yeah, slow motion. That tree's done. Easy. Hellsweeper, that's the one that I was looking for. Aha, right, okay, let's see if we can fly on a park bench then. So we grab that with that, and then grab park bench, and then... No, that's not worked. Maybe that's why it's easier to do that on enemies, because enemies don't just fall apart. This seems to be... That's probably not going to work. Oh! Nailed it. Right, so let's grab hold of the rock. And then... up and away. Kinda. We can kinda fly the rock. Oh. I almost flew the rock. So again, the fact that you can do all of these little things is very cool. It was my big concern when I was looking at wanting to do a live stream for this game. So one of the things I do have to mention as well is I was given this game for free. I almost forgot. I should have done it in the intro. I was given this game for free by Fast Travel Games. They were good enough to give me a key. This is the first game that I've been a little concerned to live stream because I don't think it's quite ready from App Labs to... Or I didn't think it was quite ready from App Labs to full store. I look at other games that are in the same sort of price point and with like solo developer efforts. I suppose it might have been just as much bad timing. We're starting to get used to the level of what Quest 3 is capable of doing. We're starting to see games coming out that are, as far as Quest 3 is concerned, really quite good graphics-wise. And as I've always said, I'm not a graphics guy. That's why I don't play PC VR. I am standalone. Oh, those aren't in bit. You do have to go through them. I am standalone till I die. But I still come to expect something. Now, this game will not make your eyes bleed like I've had with other things. It's just everything feels, textures-wise and some of the graphics-wise, it's just a little bit basic. So, and normally, if this was still an App Lab game, that wouldn't be a problem. But on full release, we shall see. Now, as Bread was saying as well, I haven't been able to show off the mod side of things because for whatever reason, and I don't think it's anything fault of the game, but for whatever reason, oh, there's an ambulance there. We've got to go and ride that now. I haven't been able to download any of the mods. Now, the mods will allow all sorts of bits and pieces from custom levels to different environments for you to go and battle in, different levels. I didn't mean to go through that building. That was really bad on my part. Let's just... There we go. Just run up it. Easy. Oh, there's a lack of transition there. Whoop! Steady. Right. Lightning powers. Easier on that arm. So let's grab this. Actually, let's get on top. Hang on. Don't. Just can't get the ambulances when you want to ride them, can you? Terrible behaviour. Like, see, this is why good old, big old Stretch Armstrong arms is just great. Brilliant. There's something about, like, I can see why kids love it in Gorilla Tag, because there is something cool about this. But I don't want multiplayer and I don't want squeakers. But I can go and do this of my own accord. Is there? Oh, okay, right. Let's have a look at another level, shall we? The one thing that I will say is, on a content side of things, I can't fault it. There's loads of stuff in it. It's just, it feels like there's a little bit missing to kind of bring it all together. But then that's what sandbox games are, isn't it, really? Let's have a look at the tech warehouse. See what we've got to do in there. So yeah, as I said, the mods will give you new levels, new suit designs. So like you can enact your Spider-Man and your Batman Dreams in there as well, and there's all sorts of bits and pieces being done on that. I kind of wanted to briefly, I'd like to have shown some bits and pieces off on the modern side of things. As I said, I can't get it working, but I wouldn't want someone to base their getting of this game on mods, because that could dry up, or they might not do what you want them to do. So you can't ever get a game based on that. Let's have a look. Oh, is it procedurally generated? Enemy spawn controller. Oh, right, okay. Is it procedurally generated? Tech Warehouse is another procedurally generated level. Oh, well, we've got to find what's at the end. I'm not even going to read it. We're just going to go there. Super speed and go. Ooh. Okay, maybe we could ride a crate. filled with regret. Just be careful. Okay. And... okay, go! Oh... I can't ride anything. I'm going to have to use enemies because they're invincible. Oh, these look sturdy, though. There's something cool about flying in this game in a fashion that you're not meant to do. Right, let's get that. There. Ow. Face. There we go. Controls are a little wonky. Someone needs to put a joystick on this box. The fact that you can do it, though. Right, we'll take you with us. There we go. Right, are you going to let me through the door? Is it a puzzle? They're like... no, don't be silly. These can't be bombs. They're pretty hardy bombs. Cool. Bombs with no gunpowder. So is this a dead end then? Or is that other door just not opening? Or is there a puzzle? Are these part of a puzzle? Maybe we haven't got big enough hands. They can't hear us knocking. Hello, can you let me in? Oh. I don't think it's going to let me in here. Then if it's not part of a puzzle, I don't think it's going to like it. Maybe it just needs smashing. No, that's cool. Like, little things like that is fine. It's part of a level. I didn't think there was one. I couldn't see one. It's pretty well hidden at the best of times anyway. Let's try and reload it. Let's try and reload it. See if we get the same thing. So otherwise this might be one that old Bread can report for us if you don't mind, or I'll go onto the Discord later. Let the man know. But then it is procedurally generated, so it might have just been a bugged room as opposed to a bugged door. Yeah, there we go. Lovely. Off we go. Oh no! Locked! No! Let me in. I don't want to have to kill things. What the hell's that? Get away! What are you? Ah, that didn't work very well. I haven't seen these ones, or are these? No, these are the biomutants. Just like underdogs. Right, let's see if I can... Ooh. I might need the... I mean, I know I can block them. Yeah, as he said, I'd need the time powers to pull that one off. These are like aliens. Awesome. Oh yeah, they're probably cannons, aren't they? What was that? Would I still recommend? Hello, Al. I recommend. I haven't played Dead Hook for a little while. I remember when it first came out, I put a lot of time into it, and it did hold my interest for quite some time. Haven't been back to it, but they have done some updates. Oh, you're having problems, aren't you? Let me put you out of your misery. Hold on a second. Misery removed. Right, flight mode. Flight mode. Yeah, Dead Hook is a very good game. I would recommend it. But then this is part and parcel of the reason why I don't have to really hype games, or part of the reason why I don't review games either, is because you've got the ability... Excuse me. You've got the ability to refund at any time. As long, and like, you know, you should know within a couple of hours. You should know within a couple of hours whether you like a game or not. Oh, this is a very AVP temple. Easy. Don't start on my account. Have some laser. Oh, I don't know my own strength. I keep on breaking all the boxes. Superpower in this, just super strength in this game is fucking brilliant. The one thing that I did appreciate as well is being able to slow time. I mean, you can kind of do these sort of things in VR Kung Fu as well. Being able to block all the individual articulated points of an enemy when they go to strike you, so they can stop. You can stop their kick at the knee. Ah, I held the trigger button. That's why. Sweet Surrender's another good one that I have got a lot of time for. The last update, was very good as well. But yeah, I feel you on the blinking side of things. Remember? Thankfully, if I remember rightly, if you do fall off of something like that, it doesn't end your run. So, are you guys actually going to get up? Also found that you can take their swords from them. You're going to have to give me that now. Drop the sword. Oh, he has dropped it. There it is. Yes, my sword now. There we go. That's one of the things that I did. That's another one for you, Brad. When you pick up the enemy swords. I mean, I don't know much about katanas, but I think this is the blunt edge. So, yeah. A little bit of a weird one. Would it be correct that way round? No. Still good for stabbing, but not so great for chopping. Perfect. The perfect end to a perfect day. Oh God. Knocked him into the shadow realm. Excellent. Alright, let's see if we can... I want to see what's at the end of this. We do have kick as well. I'd never remember to use it, but I've put it up to full power, so we should be able to have some This Is Spartan moments if we find any particularly big wells. Ah, okay. So there you go, Brad. It's not the entirety of the tech warehouse's experience. It's this room that has the wooden crates in it and what you thought were bombs initially that are, I don't know, some kind of stone. See, because they were indestructible, I thought that there might be a way to unlock that door by popping them into things around the room, and that's why it wasn't opening. But it might just be bugged if you're saying that there aren't any puzzles in here. So, yeah, it looks like it's just that room that seems to have problems. Can I force my way through? Nope. Okay, right, let's go and have a look at another level. What else do we have? You say fog was, the fog hills was good. Let's have a look at that, and we'll fight a proper supervillain. And so, I think I was saying about the... Need to have a drink as well. Thirsty work, all this supervillaining. I was saying about the mod scene, and I think the plan is to eventually allow people to mod in their own superpowers and like weaponry and enemies and like, well, possibly mechanics as well on that side of things. So that's all part and parcel of it. I think we need a bit of height here. Big hands, you can wait until you're needed. Let's get some height. Go, 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 go. If only I've had my big hands. Is this the right one? It's a cool enough environment to fight in, but again, the textures side of things don't really do it any favours as far as this one's concerned. But again, I keep on saying that I'm not a big graphics guy. I would take personal displeasure if it was one of those games where the graphics are to such an extent where they hurt your eyeballs. This one's not that. It's just a bit basic. But, you know, that's just texture packs and just different models. Again, it's whether the game system, I'd imagine, can actually handle things. Is another problem. But as I said, I've seen what some of the other single team indie devs have done. And some of it is really quite impressive as far as the graphic side of things is concerned. This, as far as slow motion is concerned, has definitely got the mechanics behind it, though. What can we do? Not a lot there. Did I get... Yeah, it was Fog Hills. Let's have a look. What else we got? That's our hero base. Research Center I've had a look at. Yeah, right? I assume that's what it is, because the thing is, if anybody has got a Quest 3, has anyone who's got a Quest 2, you should be able to just go out and buy this now if this is your bag, if it's, you know, something like it. And as I said, I'm not one to review games. I'll recommend games. I don't think this one's quite there yet, but then this is the thing, is if you're into this kind of game, you can download it, give it a try for a couple of hours, see if it's for you, and if not, well, you've got the ability to refund, so, you know, there's nothing wrong with giving it a try. Oh, I thought I broke that then. We'll go round the battlements then. Is this the Great Wall of China? Excellent. Looks like it. Or is it just a fort? Let's have a look. It's just a fort. But yeah, there's some decent environments to fight in. So I suppose, hopefully they allow you to mod enemies in, and then this will become the Dragon Ball Z game that I've always wanted. It's not far off now. Just needs some of that sort of stuff in here. Oh, that's good. You just can't leave the level. This isn't a great one for Spidey powers. So yeah, what else have we got? Let's have one last look, and then we'll probably call it a night on that. The apartment complex, this one looks quite good. So that's a little bit more like it on the texture side of things, and this one feels a little bit more intricate as well. Even though it just looks a bit dirty and nasty. So, and this one's quite a small environment as well, as it happens. But then I suppose you want bigger detail. You can't have as... You want better detail, you can't have as big. Skybox is nice, though. Oh, right, we're actually in space still. Cool. Ooh, what's over there? Hang on, there's another bit. Oh, we've got to have a look. Oh, there we go. Right. Oh, so this is... okay, so this is just a little bit extra. So you can have a fight on a little bit of a freeway if you so desired. Combat event. Defeat all enemies. Confirm. Oh, you know what power we're using. Like that. I wish I'd stay up. My hands go through after I want to hold my legs above the floor level. At all times. Right. What are we saying? God, sounds like Mateo's music. Yeah, it's one of those things. Like, I've done it, Al, but I'm a simple man. Is basically what it is, and that's quite cool. So, yeah, as I said, I'm a simple man when it comes to these sort of things. It is a lot of prep work. There can then be problems on top of when you just want to sit down and play a game. This is part of the reason why I've never been a massive PC gamer and always been a massive console player. If I am limited on time, which I seem to always be at the moment, and have been in the past, and I want to play a game, I don't want to spend an hour of my time, or half an hour of my time, or even 15 minutes of my time getting everything ready, setting everything up, or like troubleshooting problems. And heaven forbid, I then can't play anything because it's not working. That would be really annoying. Whereas, as I said, with the Xbox or the PlayStation, slam it on, put the game in, or download it digitally, you're away. With the Quest headset, turn it on, pop it on, play the game, you're away. Where are these enemies? Are they hiding? Gonna make my gorilla-powered arms come and find them. Or maybe they've spawned under the map or something. Oh, I know how I can tell. Ah. Where are you? Ah! Ha-ha! They're up on the freeway. That's actually good. Okay. Now, there's probably quicker ways to get up there. But that wouldn't be utilising my amazing gorilla arms. Right. What we saying? What are you? Yeah, it says you were on here. Raptors. Oh, I think he might have just left. I went to grab it and I think it's... Oh no, it's just above me. Now this is a huge raptor, but I've made myself much bigger. Yeah, see, grabbing, like, as soon as I press the slow motion button, everything that I want from grabbing an enemy with 2 hands and lifting it above my head and then throwing it just works really nicely. I mean, it's part of the reason why I think I like big hands is even without slow motion, it does work. Quiet. It's one of the few powers where everything does seem to work quite nicely, whether you've got slow motion on or not. Although, it's just everything's better. There you go. Single slap, knock out a raptor. Only in Demigods. Hey-ya! Haven't quite got my cartwheeling down. I know how to do it. You're supposed to tilt your head. You can hold this button when you start flipping as well, and it will continue to do the flips. And you can build up some very cool momentum as you're hand-springing around the place with this, which is awesome. But yeah, it seems to work sometimes. Said. No, that's still the same way. What are you gonna do? You're just raptors. It's okay. They're not real animals. According to some people, they never were. So this is fine. So the one thing that I will say about this is, although I have my reservations about it, the more I play it, the more its charm is running off on me. So there's a few little bits and pieces that I think that they could do. It could really improve the game. One raptor dealt with. Oh yeah, we didn't try that, did we? Maybe raptors will be the thing that we need to fly on. Gah! I wish, that's the other thing that I would ask for as well. I wish when you grabbed something, if it was dead, that it stayed until you kind of let go of it. But we can't have everything. Oh, it seems to have got stuck there. Come on now. Come on now. But yeah, being able to latch onto things with lightning, grab them with your other hand, and then it's difficult, but you can then use them to fly. It's just silly. Excellent. Cool, right. I've got one last thing that I want to show off, and then we will call it a day. Let's go back to Hero Base. As I said, I haven't played a lot of the music in this because I don't know what will get copyrighted and what won't. It doesn't really make too much odds, but it can have a bit of a detrimental effect on the channel for various viewings and bits and pieces if everything that I do is copyrighted. So the less I find, the better. This is something that I do feel could be improved. One thing that I really like is as you make changes, it makes changes to your hands. I definitely feel like there should be more here. You can be a male or you can be female. Those are the two armor sets. Now, you can change elements about it, but one of the other things that I'd like to see in the avatar customization is whilst you're doing it to have the window like here or have it all live next to you, because whilst I'm changing things I can't see what they look like. So what I have to do is go onto the arms. We want our arms made of, I don't know, purple energy. Now let's go on and see what that looks like. Okay, cool. That's good. But I'd like to be able to change all of those things. Oh, we should have led with this. That's more like it. Yes! So I'd like to be able to see what I'm doing at the same time as changing it all around and doing all those bits and pieces. Let's see if we can cook up a little bit more on the avatar side of things, and then I'll call it a night. Bodysuit, skin. So that was arms. Well, they've got to be purple. Chest armor, red. And we'll go for... because like all of these effects, I'm not really seeing what they do. Look at that for an abomination. Oops. And there we go, much better. So some of the things are very cool. Like this needs to be upped res-wise a little bit as well, so that you can see your character in all its glory. But yeah, more armor pieces, more armor sets. There seems to be lots of options and lots of bits and pieces, but also the ability to view it whilst you're going through all the different things. But other than that, this does seem to be quite a good way to present the game as well. Big hands is ridiculous. And on that bombshell, we'll end it there. This has been Project Demigods on the Quest 3 native. This key has been kindly provided by us for free from Fast Travel Games. I have been Silver Tongue Devil. Good night.